Here in France, then, Emmanuel Macron's government is on the brink of collapse for the second time in just 9 months. A confidence vote it is sure to lose, set for Monday in the country's fragmented parliament. François Bayrou's €44 billion plan to shore up his country's shaky finances with a mix of spending cuts and tax hikes hasn't convinced. It's been widely perceived as yet another move forcing the middle and lower classes to shoulder the burden brought on by years, if not decades, of frenzied spending, including by this very government. For more, France 24's international affairs commentator Douglas Herbert joins me on set. Hi, Doug. A lot of talk about the budget, but this is clearly about more than just debt.
Yeah, I'll try to keep as many stats out of this as possible. Can't make too many promises. Everyone looking at France, at least on the outside, they're using words like France unstable, indebted, besieged. The picture is, the basket case of Europe right now, the sick man of Europe, and basically walking off a cliff, about to fall into a big black hole. Is it that bad? And how bad is it? Well, look, France's economy has been called too big to fail. Remember we used to say that about American banks on Wall Street, too big to fail, meaning they'll be saved, they'll be bailed out. Investors ultimately trust that they will somehow get through even the worst. So it's not about to walk off a cliff. It's not to fall into a black hole. Does that mean things aren't bad? Not at all. They are pretty bad. France hasn't balanced a budget since, I think, 1974, right? 51 years. And you're absolutely right. Every single government has been borrowing. So the problem right now is you have a situation in which France's, deficit levels are way high, sky high, among the highest in Europe. Its debt is over 3 trillion euros, and it keeps getting higher. And just paying to service that debt, that is paying interest on the debt, is hundreds of billions of euros a year expected next year. So it is a big problem. Is it insurmountable? Is it, as François Bayrou, the probably outgoing prime minister, says, is it that France will have absolutely no financial future, if it fails to balance its budget now immediately? Is this an existential crisis? Probably not. And even his detractors, and even his supporters are saying probably not. But he has made this his mission. He's been talking about it for years, if not decades, balancing France's teetering finances, trying to get things back in shape. But I'll tell you right now, the rest of Europe looking on, you look at Italy, which for years was seen as the basket case, the sick man, Greece back in the financial crisis, which literally brought the Eurozone almost to the brink of collapse. France isn't about to do that, okay? It's not Greece of 2012. And it's not even what Italy was a few decades ago. But it's bad. It needs to be fixed. And the one thing in a country where no one can agree on anything right now is that people know that something has to change where the finances are concerned.
Something has to change, but this does bring a whiff of deja vu, Doug, especially from when you think back to Michel Barnier before Bayrou. If his government falls again for the same reason, what comes next? Anything different this time?
This is prime ministerial Groundhog Day, right? We have been here before, Aaron. I mean, we basically maybe have said the same exact things. But no, it's not really a laughing matter. It's the second government in 9 months which seems on the verge of falling. And for the same reason, you're absolutely right on that budget. What's going to happen next? Look, the things that are the obvious things is you need a new prime minister, right? Easier said than done, because France's parliament is so polarized, it can't find consensus on anything. There's no grand, national consensus government, national grand coalition as you had in Germany. You don't have that here in France. Everyone yells and shouts and bickers, and they've been unable to really talk to each other. They talk at each other a lot. And that's really why we are. So what could happen? Well, you could have the president do what he did last year. Most people saying a horrible miscalculation, dissolving the parliament, betting, gambling that he'll get more of a majority for himself. Far right looked like it was going to grow in numbers in parliament. He wanted to sort of avert that. Instead, he brought on one of the worst, most fractured parliaments in recent decades here. So that is a giant thing. You could have the parliament dissolving, maybe not. The word is that French presidential palace isn't keen on dissolving government. Maybe, and the rumors right now, the whisper campaigns, maybe they'll try to push through a proportional system like you have in other European countries, a lot of other, where parties will get a proportional representation in parliament, which could help appease both the far left and the far right in various ways. Will the president resign? Some are calling on him to do so. The far left is calling on him to step down. He's not doing it. He said in the past 10 days, I am staying on until 2027. So it's watch this space. I'll tell you what, any prime minister he chooses is going to be right back to square one. Same dilemma, same space. Could fall anytime.
Interesting to put this in perspective with the situation in Japan, where indeed after some rather humiliating defeats, the leader did indeed step down today. We'll see where this takes Macron's government then within 24 hours. Doug Herbert, thank you very much.